Deep in the rainforests of Sarawak, on the island of Borneo, lies a cave that has witnessed the footsteps of humanity for tens of thousands of years, the Niah Caves. In 1958, archaeologists uncovered a human skull here, preserved in the earth for nearly 40,000 years. It was a discovery that would change the way we understand Southeast Asia's prehistory. As Professor Peter Bellwood notes, in Prehistory of the Indo-Malaysian Archipelago, the Niah Skull proved beyond doubt that modern humans had reached the heart of Borneo during the Ice Age, far earlier than previously believed. But who was this ancient person? How did they survive? And what do the caves reveal about the earliest Malaysians? This is the beginning of the story of Malaysia. Niah is not a single cave, but a vast system of chambers. The west mouth, where the skull was found, is so large that a modern cathedral could fit inside. In the mid-20th century, Tom Harrison, curator of the Sarawak Museum, led excavations here. His findings would make Niah world famous. In his reports, later published in the Niah Excavations 1967, Harrison described uncovering layers of soil rich with human artifacts, stone tools, animal bones, and ash from ancient fires. The most important find was the skull of a young adult, buried nearly 2 meters deep. The skull was radiocarbon dated to around 40,000 years ago. This shocked scholars of the time. As archaeologist Ian Glover later explained in Archaeology in Eastern Asia 1977, the discovery extended the known presence of modern humans in island Southeast Asia by many millennia. The Niah skull remains one of the oldest known fossils of Homo sapiens in this part of the world. But life at Niah was not just about survival. Excavations revealed stone scrapers, cutting implements, and shell ornaments. Charcoal fragments showed that fires had burned here for thousands of years. Animal bones tell us what people ate: wild pigs, monkeys, fish, and birds. As Bellwood writes, the Niah occupants were highly adaptable foragers, skilled in exploiting both forest and river resources. Their lives were tied to the rainforest, yet their knowledge allowed them to thrive. One of the most striking features of Niah is its burials. Some graves date to as early as 40,000 years ago, while others are much later, from 5 to 10,000 years ago. Skeletons were often carefully arranged, sometimes accompanied by shells, tools, or pigments. In the Archaeology of Borneo 2002, Graham Barker notes that such burials suggest symbolic thought and spiritual belief, an early sign that these communities saw life and death as part of a greater cycle. To survive here required knowledge of the rainforest. The Niah people hunted wild boar, gathered fruits and nuts, and relied on rivers for fish. But 40,000 years ago, the environment was different. During the Ice Age, sea levels were lower. Borneo was connected to mainland Asia by land bridges. As anthropologist Wilhelm Solheim observed in Archaeology and Culture in Southeast Asia 2006, this connection allowed humans and animals to move freely across regions now separated by sea. The Niah skull is more than a fossil. It is part of the great story of human migration. Modern humans, Homo sapiens, left Africa around 70,000 years ago. Within 20 or 30,000 years, they had reached Southeast Asia and Australia. The remains at Niah prove that by 40,000 years ago, humans were already settled deep in the heart of Borneo. This shows, as Barker writes in Rainforest Foraging and Farming in Island Southeast Asia 2013, that tropical forests were not barriers to human expansion, but environments to which humans rapidly adapted. What does this mean for Malaysia today? Niah tells us that this land has always been a meeting place of humanity. Long before temples or kingdoms, before even agriculture, there were people here. They may not have built cities, but they left something more enduring, the first evidence of Malaysian humanity. As Bellwood concludes, Niah Caves represents one of the great milestones in Asian prehistory, proof that humans were shaping lives in Borneo when much of the world was still in the grip of ice. The story of Niah Caves is the story of beginnings. Firelight flickering in the darkness, hands shaping stone tools, and communities living in the heart of the rainforest. But humanity did not remain in caves forever. In the centuries that followed, scattered groups became communities, and communities grew into kingdoms. In our next episode, we journey to Kedah, one of the earliest civilizations of Southeast Asia, where temples and traders shaped the first Malaysian state.